you can meet some brilliant people when you're traveling, when you're using even Tinder and other more wholesome apps, maybe.
I think that's the biggest tip, though. It's like go into it trying to get to know the locals and the spots. And
it can change your trip.
Versus like, okay, this is the person I'm gonna marry.
Yeah.
You know, like.
I'm Trizzy.
And I'm Leah.
And this is Ticket to Anywhere podcast, bringing you the gear, tools, and tips to equip you for a travel-filled life.
No matter your travel experience or lack thereof, we aim to be your first stop when you're thinking of where to go, how to get there, what to bring, and what to do.
Catch the latest episode every other Wednesday on YouTube or your favorite listening app.
We'd love to connect with you. Find Ticket to Anywhere on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Pinterest, and LinkedIn.
Hi, everyone, from the podcast show. We're out here in London. It's the end of May 2024. As you can see, I'm with different co-hosts. I kicked Trizzy out. I'm just kidding. I didn't kick her out. She's recovering from a half marathon from the Great Wall of China. So she's back home out in LA. I'm doing this solo, but not really solo. We'll get into that in a second. So I recorded an episode that was best dating apps while traveling, and it was on Tiffany Hurd's YouTube channel, where in the Hurd is Tiffany. But I realized I have not talked about all of my dating adventures on Ticket to Anywhere just because I didn't know when the right moment was. But since Trizzy's not here, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity and I'm just going to talk about my escapades, around the world. So first off, shout out to Spiritland Productions for providing this beautiful, stunning space. Spiritland is a bar near King's Cross.
It is a production studio, a producer of podcasts. They do also have a bar that looks into a lovely podcast studio. You can sit there sipping beers and watch people recording shows. But I think it's a bouquet of services they supply, along with what we're doing here now with the visualized podcast. This is brilliant.
I always love recording like live and out of my home studio just because it does not look like this. So thank you for this. And then I have new friends that I literally met 48 hours ago that are doing this dating episode with me.
Yeah.
So I'm really, really excited. They're producers, they're actors, voiceover actors. Let's introduce you guys. So, Ali, you want to go first?
Yes, my name's Ali Rezakani. I'm a producer / a bit of presenter sometimes. I used to be a radio presenter, and then I quit that because I used to get everything so wrong. I just became a producer. So that's what I do.
What do you mean by get everything wrong?
So we used to get advertorials to read out on air, and I used to get, because I'm a bit dyslexic, I used to get it all wrong, and then the salespeople would ring up and complain and say, get him off air, he's making lots of mistakes. So
we're paying thousands and thousands of dollars for this spot, and we do not need to mess it up.
And one time I forgot to play the adverts, and we lost thousands of pounds in one ad break. So that's why I'm not on air anymore.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad you're here today.
I'm glad.
And then Kavita.
I'm Kavita Kuka. I'm the opposite of Ali. I'm a presenter and a little bit of a producer. My main vocation is presenting, and I used to be in live radio. Now I've moved over into the podcasting and voiceover world.
I love it. It's so great to meet you both. And like I said, we're talking dating abroad. I have some stories, but I want to hear your guys' experiences first. You're literally abroad, like you are not in my home country. So what's it like?
I was going to say...
dating at home, dating elsewhere.
You talk about apps. When I go abroad, I actually I use a certain gay dating app.
Which one?
Am I allowed to say?
Are you allowed to say?
Yeah, am I allowed to say? All right, so I will use Grindr.
Okay.
In a certain city. Say I see someone with a nice haircut and I say, hi, what barber do you use? So they think I'm checking up on them to say, hey, do you want to get jiggy? But no, actually I'm saying, look, what barber do you go to? Do you know good barbers in this city? So I've used the gay dating apps to find out local information, or when I was in Spain, I wanted to find somewhere that did grilled octopus.
Yes.
Which is very, people are like, what is that? Is that a sex act or something? I'm like, no, it's not.
That's so
it's actually, I want to eat the food. So yeah, I've used it for local knowledge. And
Okay.
actually, you can meet some brilliant people when you're traveling, when you're using even Tinder and other more wholesome apps, maybe.
I think that's the biggest tip, though. It's like go into it trying to get to know the locals and the spots. And
it can change your trip.
Versus like, okay, this is the person I'm going to marry.
Yeah.
Then go into it thinking, okay, short term, here for the trip.
If they got a nice haircut, that can go a long way. But that's my little tip for traveling. I would
love
say.
that. All right.
And I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Have you gone on dates with any of these people, though?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. I've never been on a Valentine's Day until a couple of years ago. I was in Sydney and I matched with someone on Tinder. We got on so well. We had a Valentine's date, and I was like, what are the chances? In London, I can't get a date for love nor money. I go to flipping Australia, and, I get a Valentine's date, and they want to pay. I'm like...
Valentine's Day is prime real estate.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure. Prime real estate day of the year. Not even just like a Saturday day of the week.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is like a holiday.
It's
Hold
a
on.
big deal. It's like your first time, So you've got to really commit to it. So
I kind of feel that way back in the U.S. Like, people wouldn't think this, and I'm about to spill a lot on this on this episode.
Just don't spill the beer.
I joke around. I'm like,
it's expensive.
I joke around. I'm like, I can't even get a text back home in the U.S. And then like I go to a different country, and it's like dates lined up, boyfriends lined up,
I think it's because I think it's because then you're not in your usual environment, and also for the boys, they're like, oh, who's she? She's new. She's got a cool accent. She looks different. She's got different background to all of us. So you become this sparkling diamond in the.
Oh, that happens to me. So when I travel by train through somewhere quite rural, I like to put on these apps, and people go, "Oh my God, fresh meat!
Oh, I know.
Oh my God!" And then I go, "Sorry, I'm now 20 miles away."
Passing through. Absolutely. Okay, Kavita, what cool stories do you have?
I mean, do you know, I use Ali's tactic as well, but for restaurant recommendations. I did it in Paris and I did it in New York.
And then they come back to you and let me take you, right?
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm really busy.
They're like, let me take you to the best grilled octopus in the city.
Yeah. And I'll be like, where is it? And then I'll be like, oh no, I can't, I'm getting someone else.
Dang, okay.
I'd rather spend time with my friends. Well,
no, 100%.
So this is it. I'd rather spend time with my friends when I'm abroad.
No, absolutely. Because I have made the dumb mistake of literally picking random guys to go on dates with, spending like my last hours in that city with a rando, which turned out to be like a crappy date, instead of like spending time with friends. So now I pick the friends over every time. Sorry, friends, if I've done that to you in the past. Yeah. I know you all know which ones you are.
So last summer, actually, I was in America. I was in Colorado in Denver for the podcast movement.
All right.
And I met my girl then. We were like, well, let's try and get a double date.
Girl.
Well, no, a friend. I was with a friend.
Okay.
And we were like,
do you change your profile to put both of you on there?
No, I didn't.
I've done that
but
before.
I did change it to be like, I'm a Brit abroad,
Ooh, and we love that in the States. Right? We're like,
I put a British flag on my thing, just to make, for the simple people, just to make them really realise.
Don't use the
They're
flag.
like, that's London, right?
When I'm abroad, I always put the British flag in my profile, just so.
No, but that's what I'm saying. If you did it in the States, they'd be like, London, right?
That'd be like, I'd be slagging us off or something. Yeah.
I'd be like, you right, mate?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know the Queen, which is the one you always get? I say, no, I don't know the Queen, but I know a lot of Queens.
You know the Queen.
Drag queens, mostly.
Okay, so Denver.
Yeah. So we were trying to sort out a double date on Hinge. So I was chatting to a couple of guys, and they were so intense. They were like, "But if you're just here for like a few days, then I'm never going to marry you, am I? How's this going to work? Well, I fly over to London to visit you." And I'm like, "Whoa, it's too intense."
That's a lot. I've never experienced that in my dating adventures at home. Actually, one guy straight up told me that I was basically a flight risk. I'm like, "Oh, I'm gone the next 3 weeks," and he's like, "Oh, I want someone that's home more than that." I was like, first off, where's the ring? What do you mean you want me home more than that? I was like, second off, it's 3 weeks, but you can chill for 3 weeks. It's fine. So that was just like all bad from the beginning.
Oh.
It was weird.
That is weird, yeah.
I'm trying to think about other wild things. Like, I'm actually not on the apps anymore. So guys, if you're looking for me on the apps back home, I'm not on them. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I'm taken for...
Not
I'm off the market, as they say.
Not on the apps, but like the apps that people use abroad, like Tinder Passport. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I thought you can put yourself in another city.
Oh, I thought it was like you just open your location up to the world.
I know. I think a lot of people do it in London, where I'll get a lot of Brazilians will put themselves in London and they'll start matching with you. We'll go, hang on, you're
like,
5,000 miles away.
Oh my God.
But they are just getting ready for when they arrive to a city to have stuff lined up. So I've discovered that. I'm like, well, how the hell have we matched?
Yeah.
And then I realised, they're in Brazil and they're looking for a husband or beneficiary or someone to pay for a visa or something.
Actually,
which is fine.
Yeah,
they're really cute.
Actually, that makes sense because when I did, I'm not going to say the name of the company just in case they don't want to be, but I did like a digital nomad vacation trip to Cape Town, South Africa. And I was with 30 other people, like 35 other people. It was wild because 30 of us were women and there were just like 5 guys. And we all spent like a month together in the same housing type of thing, right? And I had been off the apps for like 6 months. I was like, I had to swear these off. This was like January 2023. And then I had found out the day we landed that half the women had already downloaded Hinge and changed their location the week prior. So literally the day they landed, they were like, oh, I'm going on a date tonight. I'm like, with who? We just stepped off the plane.
It's like using Open Table. Do you know what I mean?
Like
but
reserving.
For dating, yeah. I'm just going to reserve a 9:30 for 2.
Yeah, that's so clever.
It is. It's smart. And then so this was so going against my morals, but I totally re-downloaded the apps when I swore them off. And then try to make some quick conversations.
Can I just say, how cool is that actually, if you're a male or a female, whatever, you don't have to hang around in bars or anything looking for someone to go out with. You get it sorted on an app. You get yourself somewhere. You can meet someone, and you can meet under your own terms, and not have to be put in a vulnerable way of like, oh, I met someone on a plane or in a bar or something like that. It's quite nice that you can take ownership and go, actually, I want to meet someone here, and I've got to like them. This is a dating dilemma. So my friend, she has somebody who she's been chatting to a lot on Instagram. Will go and visit this person in another country. When she visits him, it's like they are like together. They kiss.
Does he fly her out?
No, she has to fly out. So
she
what happens
pays her money.
She pays her money to go there. And so what happens is she spends, like, say a weekend there. I'm not going to say what country because I don't want to unveil it. They'll be like, they're together. And then when she leaves, she struggles to get any messages from him. He doesn't ask how she is. She keeps saying, when are you going to come to London to come and spend some time with me? He doesn't bother to make plans. But he's always like, oh, you must come wherever I am one day. What does my friend do? Because she really likes him. He is lovely. And it's like they are together when they're together. I've seen it. But when she is here, he's a complete shit.
No, cut him off. Give him the same treatment that he is giving
100%.
her. That's what she should be
Okay,
doing.
first, the fact that she is flying herself out.
Yeah.
And I love how you're like, I'm not going to mention the country, but there's a difference between flying London to somewhere in France versus London to somewhere in Brazil.
It's about an hour. It's
okay,
Brazil,
I mean, still, like that's...
It's European.
Okay. I don't like this.
But yeah.
Because I think a guy will always be, and this is... I mean, I don't know. I'm single.
You can say it. You can say
but
it.
I feel like a guy will always be intentional. Like a guy knows when he's not texting someone back. I mean, I'm literally getting that from someone right now.
It's a two-way, isn't it? So she says that whenever she's here, she'll get the odd like on Instagram, but we'll never get that engagement. But then when she says, oh, I'm coming to whatever country he lives in, all of a sudden he comes to life. And then obviously when she's there, he wants his goodies. He wants everything, and
he's getting everything he wants.
Oh,
here.
100%.
Yeah.
And he's got to the point where on WhatsApp she's put him into the draft?
The archive
bin because she just goes, actually, if you're not gonna like answer me.
Okay, I thought I was the only one that did that. I do that.
Yeah, I do it.
With guys that I'm like, don't bother me, don't disturb my peace.
Yeah,
I do that too because I don't want to see your messages pop up.
If there's someone who nags too much or is a bit too full on, you're just like, actually, I don't want to block you because you'll then know you've been blocked, but I just don't want to see your messages.
Oh God, I'm learning from this. I need to use my archive more.
I've done it by mistake. I've done it when I've drunk and I've archived someone by mistake.
At least I like delete conversation. I don't want to do that.
Oh, I did that on a group chat
at
work.
I want proof of everything always.
Well, no, yeah, and also some people do have the auto delete after 24 hours thing. Is it disappearing messages?
Oh,
that's a thing now.
On WhatsApp?
Yeah,
that's shady.
So
shady.
Well, no, I think that'd be great for when you're going out drinking. So then in the morning you don't know what you've sent that boy at that 3 a.m.
Yeah, that is quite useful.
You know what's interesting?
It's like having a blackout. It's like having a blackout, but digital blackout.
Oh my gosh. You know what's interesting in the US? WhatsApp, still a lot of people still see it as like a scammers app. Like I know it's used so widely everywhere else, but when I want to connect on WhatsApp with someone I'm dating or talking to, I love it because I think WhatsApp is faster. It holds more. It's just more fun. Like I like seeing my red notification. I was like, you're sending me an iMessage. Great. So do all of the other brands that I subscribe to sending me 20% off. Like it's not exciting to me. But it's weird because a lot of people, women and men, are just like, oh, WhatsApp is like, it's scammy. If they're on it, if they want a message on it, that means they're hiding a wife and kids type of thing. And I'm like, oh, this is what we think of it in the US. But
I have had a scam on WhatsApp. Someone I matched with.
Someone you matched with.
Someone I matched with.
Asked you for money.
Who? Well, what happened was they were very attractive, and then I thought, well, yeah, let's swap numbers. And then I kind of looked at the person. I thought, you look like the Crown Prince of Dubai. So this person kept this sort of thing going with me and stuff, and then all of a sudden, out the blue comes, are do you like to give money to charity? I said, it's a really odd thing to bring up. I said, no, I don't actually. No, I don't believe in. I said, I only give money to homeless near where I live in, and that's only cash. I said, I don't.
Right.
And then slowly it became, we need some money for this charity. And I said, well, aren't you the Crown Prince of Dubai? Can't you bloody afford it yourself? So that's my scamming. And lo and behold, the messages stopped straight away. And he was millions. He was in Dubai or somewhere. I don't know. I don't think it was the Crown Prince of Dubai.
No, it's
Like
For a minute, though, I
the Crown
thought,
Prince of Dubai.
brilliant. I could do with a Ferrari in central London.
Oh, I love
That's
that
a good
story. So much. Oh, your poor friend, though.
I know, yeah.
I
So
mean-
she's put him in the draft spin, and she's or whatever it's called, unseen messages,
Yep,
archive, because it's a dilemma. She really likes this guy; they got on really well, but he just doesn't want to travel. He doesn't want to connect. He's in disengaged mode when she's not in the country. It's breaking her heart. So I will pass on your advice.
I mean, I feel like anyone, like, especially men are like very intentional about. They know when they're not texting you back. They know when they text you back. If they like someone, they're gonna text them back. They're gonna keep in communication.
You know when someone likes you. You know.
100%.
You can tell
like
straight away.
you shouldn't be wondering like, do they like me or not? Like they will let you know. They'll make it known.
It's actually when you're unsure in those moments and confused, that's when you know, actually, this probably isn't the right match.
That poor man. How long has this been going on for?
About a couple of years.
Oh
Yeah,
my
a couple of
gosh.
years.
Please tell me she's been dating other people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay,
completely.
okay,
Yeah,
well-
yeah, absolutely.
But it means that she's always got like half her heart, half her mind is on
yeah.
him.
She really likes him.
Yeah.
She really likes him.
Did she meet him over there? Or was it
Yeah,
like,
met him over there for work. Met him through work, and then was like, oh, actually, you're really nice. Yeah, and he is very nice. I met him. He's lovely. So it's quite sad.
Maybe he
Because
also,
you want your friends to be with someone really nice, and also it makes you angry because you go,
like he
well,
seems
why
like a
can't they
good
be
person.
respectful to my friend?
yeah.
It's really like
That makes me angry, too.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
He probably feels that he's like we don't live in the same country.
Yeah.
I don't have to have ties with
Once
her.
she leaves the border, she's off the radar.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
Is like, wow,
He probably is hiding a family.
You never
But also,
know.
he's not making any effort. He doesn't have to travel for her or anything. He's getting the best of both worlds. She's coming to him. He gets everything he wants while she's there.
Yes.
And then he knows that he doesn't have to pursue her when she comes back because she always comes back. So she needs to stop coming back.
There we go. That's the dilemma. Another time. Yeah.
Done. Do you have any dilemmas? I'm trying to think.
Oh, that laugh.
I know.
That laugh.
I mean, before we started rolling, you had a good preface to a story. You don't have to tell it, but
Oh, go
Oh, well,
on.
this
Go
is
on.
about.
This
well,
is a
I
dating
mean,
episode.
This is about dating abroad. I met someone a couple of years ago. Well, it would have been probably like 7-8 years ago. From London. Well, lived in London at the time. We dated a little bit. Then he got a job in Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oops, I've just said the city. I should have kept
See, I
the
was very
city
careful
quiet.
about.
We can bleep it out if you want.
Anyway, he went off to Barcelona, and to this day, we still talk and
Have relations.
have relations, but not in person.
This is so
I don't know. He's just like
spicy.
my Barcelona boy. Like that's it. When I'm
Does he
drunk, I'll
fly you
message
out?
him.
He
When
needs
he's
to
drunk,
fly you
message
out.
me. See, this is it. We haven't met because I refused to go there without him flying me out, and he hasn't come here. So I've been like,
Wow.
Why doesn't he fly you out? Aren't flights like $80 with Wizz or
I
something?
know.
Quite expensive now.
know.
Low cost airlines are not low cost
They're
airlines
not.
anymore. I can
you don't
tell you
get
that.
anything. You gotta like ride in the bathroom or something. Like you can't even have a seat. You can't breathe
Oh,
air on the
dear.
airlines. I know. You want
You have to pay for the oxygen.
Yeah, you have to pay £10. That's £10 for oxygen.
You use your allotted amount. You can't breathe anymore.
It's true. That's how long has this been going on?
Oh my
for?
god, literally like 6-7 years. It's ridiculous. I know.
Wait, how often do you talk?
Every couple of months. We talked last week.
Oh
You
my.
could give him the link to this podcast, and then you can talk again, can't
He
you?
would be mortified.
No, but you know what's funny? Like any of the guys that I will talk about on this show are never ever going to listen to this show. So I have no shame. They're never going to listen
They
to the
don't know
show.
how to use an
They're never gonna
iPhone, do
see-
they? They're like,
They're never going to listen to my show. They're never going to see the social media clips I post on it. So I'm like, no shame. Like blah blah blah. I'm still social media friends with all of them. They're all still looking at my stories.
Okay, I've got another one. So I have a friend who was traveling for a year, and while out in a Spanish city, and I won't say which one, very similar to the one you were saying, met somebody on a dating app. Then traveling ended, had to come back to England and start his life again, and started a relationship with this person abroad.
Okay.
But
While they were in
while
separate
here, yeah, but while here is dating people on dating apps, but hasn't told the other person. And this
Who
other,
are you friends with?
Well, I'm not telling you who it is.
No. I'm saying.
I'm friends with the one that went traveling, but
How do you know he's dating?
because obviously through Instagram, his boyfriend added me, and obviously has messaged me many times going, I think we're together, but I think that he's doing other things. I think he thinks it's exclusive. I know for a fact it's not exclusive,
okay.
but he's not telling him. So the boyfriend will Instagram message me, and I'm like, don't give him any information, because as far as I'm concerned,
Right.
I'm not getting involved.
Right.
But that's
Smart.
what a dilemma, and yeah, it's a big dilemma. What do you do as a friend? Like when do you say to the person?
Oh, that's tough.
What do you say to the person? Look, stop messing about. Put him out of his misery. If you are dating, or at least be open and honest about it. Don't lead them to think that they are exclusive.
Wait, I think I'm reversing it. The person who's here is dating other people while
Yeah.
here. Okay, I thought you meant the one who's
No,
okay.
no.
Ooh, that's tough.
How close of a friend are you?
Yeah.
Can you be like brutally honest with them?
I probably have been quite honest at times, because
but not about this.
I have kind of, because I've also feel like when you have someone that really likes you and potentially loves you, you're chucking their affections away. You should be honest with them.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. And I think there's someone like me, I'm not in a relationship, but if I was, I'd feel really strongly about it, because someone liking you, you need to either tell them yes or no. That's how I feel. So but the problem is I have the boyfriend messaging me, or has been messaging me.
Yeah. And you're not
going-
friends with that person, though,
I'm not
right?
friends with them, but they obviously are being pally with me because they want to get closer to this
That's
person.
Gosh. And it's going around in their heads. I mean, I think this is a matter of communication within the relationship.
Yeah.
That's what it comes
100%.
down to.
Yeah.
Like they need to actually have like
Yeah,
the
they
talk.
should chat.
It sounds like they haven't had an exclusivity chat.
Have you talked to this person?
What, to the boyfriend?
Yeah. Be like, have you talked to so-and-so? Ask him that. See what he says.
I have stayed away from the subject. When I get DM'd, I'm kind of like, I don't want to get involved. You should talk to him.
Okay, there. Yeah, so you
should
have.
talk to him. Yeah, I've
And
said.
and they're not listening. He's not listening.
Yeah, he's not listening, and it's like, I don't want to be the middleman in another person's relationship, in their
course
struggles they want to keep someone hanging on, but they still want to play the field. To the point where my friend who's in London, I see they're on Tinder and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, okay, you're back on then, you know.
That's-
Also
Good
because I'm in the picture in one of in the profile.
Oh.
And somebody who I was chatting to said, I've seen you in a picture of someone I matched with recently. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Like-
And then I saw the profile. So anyway, yeah, it's a murky deal. But
that's tough. I wouldn't want to get involved either.
But that's another long distance
hard.
thing where you get involved with someone that lives far away.
But you've been you're being pulled into it because
I'm being
the
pulled into
boyfriend's
it.
Yeah, that's
messaging you.
not-
But not in a fun
It's
way, you know. It's
No.
not like, hey, let's have a threesome. It's like,
and I hate that.
hi, can you just help me with my emotional baggage? Because I can't.
Oh my! 'cause I
can't
don't know how
deal
to
with these-
communicate.
Yeah, don't know how to communicate, you know.
Not in a fun way.
I get all the bad stuff. I don't get the good stuff, you know.
Oh my goodness!
Story of my life. Yeah.
I don't think I have any dilemmas besides the fact that
You
like
could create someone here in London, I think.
no, I
You've got another
you know
week.
what?
You've got another week here. So
I
you
went on
can-
the apps in London last time. Last time I was here in London was November 2021, and it was absolutely, it was like trashier than the US.
Oh, it's grim here.
I'm not
It's grim.
gonna lie. I was like, how is this worse than back home?
Is that a girl thing, or is it? Because I don't know.
No.
Tinder and stuff like that is quite good here. It's got
I don't go into. I haven't
As
been on
a
Tinder
gay
since
man,
2014.
Not as a woman.
I haven't been on Tinder since 2014. I don't do Tinder.
Wow, okay.
So I think it was like Hinge or Bumble. I think
Yes.
it was maybe both.
Bumble's the one where they disappear after a day, don't they? If you don't
Yeah.
talk to them.
And then I think the women, see, I haven't been on dating apps in a while. The women usually message first, but that's not the case anymore, I don't think.
Yeah. No, they've literally changed it like a
Yeah,
week
they
or two
changed.
ago.
Yeah,
didn't
they literally
Well,
changed.
it's sexist, isn't it? Why should you leave it to the woman to like? This is ridiculous.
You know what's sad? Actually, on apps, even abroad, I just wait for the guy to message me first.
I do as well.
Depends how hot they are. If they're quite hot, I'll be the first one.
No, but then
if I'm not bothered,
if they're
then-
hot, everyone's reaching out to them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
Let them come to you.
Let them come to you. Yes, exactly. I don't know. I think the only thing I experience I like meet these guys. Okay, so normally I actually don't use apps when I'm abroad. I usually stay in hostels. Yes, at my big age, I still stay.
I love hostels.
I stay
They're
in
great
them, and
for
that's how I
meeting
meet.
people.
Yeah, that's
it's
how
the
I
best
meet
place.
people.
Yeah.
And I connect really quickly, but then it just like fades out over time. I guess as it does, you know. But I think the sentiment is with a lot of guys. Even I lived in Australia for a year. I dated a lot, dated heavily. Some guys I dated
Oh,
a
God,
few
you poor thing.
dates. Huh?
Australian men.
I loved them actually, and it was funny because I would date.
Yeah, they're
like,
very nice to look at, but
Well, do you
there's
like
not
Australian
a
men?
lot behind.
Yeah, there are a
Not
lot
a
of
lot.
Australian men in London.
I did. Yes,
And
there
South
are.
Africans.
A lot of them were, I would tell them I was on a working holiday visa for 1 year, and they'd be like, "Oh, so you're leaving?"
Well, not if they pay
I'm
their
like-
cards right. If they
I was like, I could also get married and get
yeah,
sponsored.
if they impress you, like you could go. Actually, I'm cancelling that flight home.
Right,
know.
right. It was just odd. They're like, "Oh, like you're leaving." I was like, "Whoa, are
And
we
also,
thinking
it's
that
like,
far ahead?"
and
Like,
it's, yeah, and it's like, yeah, you're going a bit far ahead. I don't even know if I like you like that. Like, you know, I might not like you. I might not want to, you know, spend the rest of my life with you, and you know,
I did date.
wipe your ass when you're 80
Oh,
years
yeah,
old.
yeah, exactly. You have to want to do that.
Yeah.
Right? I did date a Scottish guy while I was there. Oh, what do you guys do about this? This is like generic dating. We had really, really. I don't even think we're connected on Instagram, so I can say this. That's fine. He had really bad BO.
Oh no.
Well, that can be quite sexy as well.
No, it's
Yeah.
no, it's not.
Can be.
No,
Depends what the smell. You
but
know,
like
if it's a manly
I didn't
smell.
even want to have. No, it was
good
not.
in a bad way or good in a good?
No.
Sorry, bad in a good.
How is there even? How does bad in a good way exist?
Sweat. You can get some nice sweaty.
There you go,
Absolutely
like
not.
that.
Absolutely not. It smelled like garbage, like hot garbage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
No, and it
So
was.
then did you
sad.
have to like hold your nose?
But like, I didn't even want to have like relations with him sometimes because I was like, like I literally asked him one night, I'm like, "Did you shower?"
no, you asked him that.
But he
What did
didn't.
he
Like
say?
he didn't understand it because I don't think he thinks he smells.
I know what you mean. That smell because I know
like
there's,
oniony.
there's well, I don't know. There's a person who I know when I go out in London, and when they try and hug me, I'm like, because they stink of garbage. They actually stink of old garbage, and I'm just like, do you not like have a shower or wash your clothes? I want to say that, but I don't know how to say it, so I just go, oh look, I don't hug you because I'm scared of coronavirus still. I just say that.
That's a great out still.
Yeah.
Or like a.
I
like
say,
a
look, my
fist
mum's
bump, yeah.
vulnerable. I can't go near anyone.
This is a friend.
And then
you hang
later
out
on, they
with
see me
often?
kissing someone, and it's like, oh, okay, that's completely out the window.
I've never had to deal with us. I've never dealt with smells before that Scottish guy.
No, I haven't
What
dealt with
happened?
that.
How long did you last with him?
I wouldn't be
We
able
kind of faded because I felt like he wasn't very
He wasn't fading.
intentional about like seeing me and whatnot. And like again, I was like 3 weeks left in the country before my visa ran out and before I flew home. And I was like, I want to spend the 3 weeks with my best friends who I'd been friends with before I even moved to Australia. I was like, I don't want to spend my time with a random who I don't even know if it's gonna work out or not.
And he
He
smells.
smells.
He smells.
And he smells. I want to spend my
Right.
time with my best friends, like ripping this town apart and having a great time.
Yeah.
So I just like let it fade. And normally I like to communicate. Actually, this was in an era when I didn't know how to communicate. This was like 7 years ago. So we
it's
just
like-
kind of like kept ghosting each other. And like he would hit me up at all weird hours of the night and day and be like, "What are you doing?"
Well, it's pretty
Where you
drinking. Was he
at?"
drinking?
Oh, 100%. 100%. But yeah.
Back
it was-
from the pub. Oh, I'll just message.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But you would have been thinking about it the whole time if you were like getting ready to meet him or with him.
How
You
did
didn't wanna
we
get
how did we
close.
get on the first like 2 dates if I thought he smelled so bad? Maybe we weren't sitting that close to each other?
Would
When-
you have anxiety about that smell before meeting him? Would you go, oh my God, what's he going to smell like today?
No, because it was the same like onion garbage smell.
Lovely. Very nice.
How
onion,
did you-
onion garbage.
I mean, how hot was he? Was he hot?
Yeah.
He wasn't even like, and I met him on Hinge or something. He wasn't even, he was tall. I guess
He was
I guess
tall.
that means he was hot, right? He was
Yeah.
really tall. It was great. We looked great next to each other.
Is he
But-
intelligent or is he just tall?
I mean, yeah,
just
right,
smelly.
exactly. That's like we have.
was your chat good?
huh?
Was the chat good?
Could you understand him because he was
No.
Scottish?
Okay, wait.
They
That's
got
a
quite
point I want to
strong
bring
accents.
up. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like. Okay, I don't like his accent. I don't like the way he smells. Like clearly we were not a match.
Sounds like it's not a great match to me.
I would literally ask him to repeat things several times. and enunciate and speak slowly.
I've had that
because
with-
I could not understand his accent.
I've had that with Northern Irish people where I'm like, I'm really sorry, I just don't know what you're saying.
What do you think is like heavier or harder for you to understand? Scottish or
I think
Northern Irish?
Northern Irish.
Really?
Yeah, I have one friend where he just gets really angry because every time we go out, I'm just like, I'm sorry, I have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah. It's like, no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe I should download Tinder Passport and find a Northern Irish
Maybe.
guy.
Yeah,
I don't
try
think
it.
I've ever heard the
You
accent.
should try the nations and regions across the UK. You should try.
Okay, so what do you think is the sexiest accent? Then?
I don't know.
Do you like Spanish, like Latino?
Okay. I kind of like a French accent.
Indian,
Is that weird?
Indian,
I kinda
you
like-
know, Australian.
British.
I kind of I do like a British, but there's so many
Cockney.
accents within. There's so many accents within the UK
Yes,
and in
there's
England.
a lot of.
So I do
accents
love
about it.
those. I do like a French accent. I think it's really
French is
cute.
good,
Yeah.
And Italian.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have I dated any Italian men in Vegas?
I just dated an Italian.
Oh, okay. How was the accent?
Well, he was born here, so he.
Oh,
So it was
okay.
like, was it like
Oh,
British,
right.
Italian?
He had fire inside him, but like.
All right,
But he
all
sounded
right.
like-
Too much detail. Too much detail. How many inches? No, oh yeah. It's all
No
about
comment,
pizzas.
no
It's all about
comment,
pizzas.
no comment. Talking about pizzas.
Oh my
I know,
god.
it's terrible, isn't it? But you must
he-
hear,
well,
you
this-
must hear English accents and go, oh, that sounds, because we hear American and we go, oh wow, that sounds so cool, you know.
I love that. Thank you guys for thinking it's cool because we are so sick of each other's accents because it's all we hear. Like this, I feel like it's very dull. And like in California, we go up with the question mark, or on the West Coast, the Valley Girl accent. But like even listening to me amongst you two, I sound very like heavy. But
You sound a bit husky, but you know,
Wow.
it's been a hard couple of days. You know.
Heavy like your beer's heavy.
Yeah.
heavy, yeah, you're like what does that even
beer.
mean? I'm like, I
That's
don't know.
That's the
I
beer.
get it.
I was
It's
going
just
to
like
say.
it's just like a hard accent.
I was going to say, have you ever gone on a date with someone and you don't speak their language and you can't communicate with each other, other than
Good
through
question.
That's a
through
great question.
Google Translate? Have you ever had to do that?
I mean,
met
was it really like a,
Yeah.
was it a date where we had to talk?
I've had one when I was in Brazil.
A whole date like
A
that.
date where I realised I didn't speak any English and I don't speak Portuguese, and we had to basically use Google Translate the whole time. It was
No.
very tiresome.
Tires. Oh my
Very
god.
tiresome.
Was it a good date? Was he a good person?
I'd gone off him by the end of it. To be honest, it was so much hard work. I
Yeah.
thought, if this is what dating's like, what's sex going to be like? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you don't need.
That's what I was saying. You don't need words for that.
No, I'll tell him what.
You don't
All
need
the
words.
time.
You just like need the body.
You've got to have the sweet talk beforehand. Come on,
I
it's
mean, I
not
guess
all
it depends
get down
on-
to business, is it? And a few grunts.
Depends on what you.
No. It's not Donald Trump and Stormy Daniels. You know what I mean? It's not purely transactional.
Sometimes it is, depending
Yeah.
on what you're
It
looking
depends.
for.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I have. Have you?
No, I met a guy in a bar once, and we realised quite quickly, and we swapped numbers. And then that night, I dropped my phone and it smashed, so I didn't text him back for a couple of days. And then I was like, when you just like, it was too much effort
Yeah.
anyway. It was
Yeah.
going to be hard to. Yeah.
Where's he from?
Oh, I can't remember. Somewhere in Europe.
Somewhere in Europe.
It's
Language.
very general, isn't
Listen,
it?
I was in a bar drinking. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah.
remember.
Where was the bar? Where was the bar?
It was in Battersea.
Oh, they've got to
It
be
was near-
South Africans.
It was after work.
South Africans,
No.
I
Australians,
understand his English.
or from Surrey. Or they're from Surrey where their parents bought them a house or
Oh
something.
my god, yeah, maybe it was sorry. No.
Yeah.
It was after work drinks. And
Oh, it's got to be.
I don't remember.
Gotta be.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah.
Oh, okay. What other stories do we have?
What are the view of like British men as an LA girl? What do you think of the
Okay,
guys
I
over
love
here?
them. I think they're hot, like every single one of them. So, shout out to all the British guys out there. Yeah.
I mean, I still do. And I still
think
the
they're
accent still
beautiful.
gets me. I still like
Okay,
a British
come on.
accent. I've got one, and I still like a British accent.
I'm looking for a man in finance. 6'5",
6'5",
blue eyes.
trust fund.
Honestly, it's a very
Too much
Asian.
TikTok,
It's a
too
very
much
Asian
TikTok.
thing. Very Asian.
What?
No.
Oh man.
You haven't heard the song, have you?
Which one?
No.
There's this girl on TikTok who literally sings. She's like looking for a white boy with a yacht, and we're like,
Wow.
yeah, us too.
Yeah. And she's turned it into the whole. She's literally released a song just from
Yeah.
those words that
Brilliant.
she put up on TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah. She
And it's a
sings-
Well, we-
banger. It's a
We,
good
we all
tune.
like a yacht, don't we? Come on, that would be great. You can park it in the Thames, can't you? You know.
But yeah, I think the accent attracts us.
Yeah.
So we're like, ooh, so exotic.
I like the
There's
Newcastle
some Brits
accent.
in
Yeah.
I love the Newcastle
Can you do a
accent.
Newcastle accent?
No. Can you do one?
No,
No.
don't. My boss
You're a
is
Wait,
voice,
amen.
voice actor.
I'm not an actor.
Voice.
I'm an
Presenter.
artist.
Presenter. Yeah,
But do you do what are they called? Not imitations. What are they called? they called?
caricature.
Impressions.
Yes, I was like, what are they called? Come on.
Can you do any
No, I
impressions?
can't do impressions. No. I'm not an actor. You do impressions.
I don't know what I
Could
would
do you. Could I do Valley? No.
Yeah, everyone can. Okay, so what do the Brits think of like dating Americans? All genders.
Have you dated an American ever? I mean, she's looking into that Rolodex and going, I've had the rest of the United Nations, but I haven't.
I've had the whole of the United Kingdom.
After Brexit, it all went very badly for the European.
Yeah, no, I haven't. But when I was in Colorado, I got so much more attention that week I was there, and I think it was people were hearing my accent and were like, would then
love
come and
it.
just come and talk to me, and I
Right.
was getting hit on quite a lot, but
Do
not
you
by
feel
gorgeous men.
What do you think about like British men versus American men? I mean, I've heard like American enthusiasm. I think we all have it. Like we're all very like woo, blah, blah, like woo people. But like, did you find? So you didn't find American guys coming up to you and like saying, "Hey, I feel like Brits would never do that." I don't know. Correct me.
It
if I'm
literally
wrong.
happened to me the other day. I got asked out on the street, and so I was walking home from picnic, literally on Sunday.
In a car?
No, it wasn't in a car.
Was he driving very
home.
slowly, playing Roy Orbison? Sorry, carry on.
No, I was just walking home from a picnic, and he ran up behind me. He's like, "Excuse me," I thought I dropped something. He's like, "What have I dropped?" He's like, "I think you're really pretty. Can I take you on a date?" And I was so taken aback. I said no because I was just like, because
You were
my
like,
fight or
scam.
flight went up. Yeah, literally.
You know what? In London, you don't do that. They're going to
Literally.
nick your phone.
Boy,
Any guy
I was
comes up
literally
to
holding
me,
my bag. I was like, "What do you want from me?
Exactly.
Leave me
You're
alone.
like scammers.
I have a brick in here." Like, no.
Damn, he's like, I'm just trying to ask you out on a date.
I know. And then I was literally so shocked. And then afterwards, I was like, "Wait, should I have said yes? Maybe I should have said yes."
Was he cute?
Medium.
Medium cute. So a
Wasn't
medium
really a girl,
hot
was it?
guy. I mean, I think it's fine.
I doubt
Just
he
take
worked
the
in
L.
finance.
No
he was
finance.
about six. He was about
6'5"?
6'2".
Good enough.
He was tall,
Good
yeah.
enough.
And what city was? Where was this?
Near where I live. I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the Greater London area.
In the Greater
Greater
London.
London.
Yeah, that's the Greater London area. Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think there's? I don't know.
But now I'm like, so would you? I mean, but then afterwards, I was thinking about it, like the confidence that must have taken to just go and speak to someone on the street out of the blue.
Because do British guys
Yeah,
not
but
have
you're-
that?
No, that doesn't.
No.
That does not happen.
Yeah, but you're nervous about going up to people, though, aren't you?
Yeah,
I
was
saw you do
earlier.
that today.
That's because I was fangirling over someone, and I wanted to ask for a picture, and I was like, ah.
I do get
Then
nervous going to
sometimes-
people.
yeah.
I don't approach guys,
No, I wouldn't either.
like especially good-looking ones. I
Then-
just
yeah.
ogle them.
I would find an excuse to get in their way, and then that's how you start a conversation. So
Yeah.
I would do that. I'd spill something, or
It's
That's
so
what
much
you-
easier
drop
when you're.
something.
It's so much easier when you're traveling
Yes.
because So it was quite. You were like taken aback. You were in your home city.
you're like, oh, do you know where the route to wherever is? Can you help me find this restaurant or
that
something?
is kind of funny. It is
Yeah.
so much. You
Yeah.
have like no,
You're right.
inhibitions when you're traveling. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh,
You
like
can be a bit, look,
God is
you're
with
thinking,
that.
I'm not shitting on my own doorstep. No one will ever know. I can get away with whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas in London, it's a bit different. You think, oh God, someone might know that person, or if they reject me, I might have to bump into them on the tube every day. That's the
or
thing,
could
isn't
be,
it?
like, a creepy stalker.
But also, like, without the dating apps, like, how do you meet people? How do you find someone?
I
to
mean, are we
date if
talking
you
abroad or
haven't-
at home in Los Angeles?
Well, both. Well, I suppose abroad, you're meeting people in your hostels,
I
right?
meet people
Or
in the
at
hostels,
events
but I
or
just
out.
I feel like I'm a different person when I'm
Yeah.
abroad, but I'm not. I'm literally the exact.
In Los Angeles, you never meet people on the street because everyone's driving, aren't they?
Everyone's driving.
No one's
It's
walks.
true.
No one walks.
That's true, and I don't want to meet guys at like bars. It's fun, but I'm like, also you're not gonna remember me in 4 hours. Like, it's just like it's
Yeah.
just I don't know. You're supposed to have different hobbies that you go to twice a week, rock climbing, whatever. Pickleball is huge in the U.S. It's like a short form tennis. I don't know.
I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah,
What,
yeah,
table
yeah.
tennis?
But
Yeah.
like not on a table, on a tennis court.
Oh.
But it's
okay.
still like short like that.
Okay.
Plastic rackets, right?
I don't know
No?
what kind of what other rackets are there? wire rackets.
Big ones.
Come to the U.S. and play some pickleball. Everyone plays it. But yeah, when I'm at home, I'm not dating at home really. Like I'm trying to meet people out in the wild. Just I go to podcasting events, not with the goal of finding a husband.
Well, I mean, it's slim pickings at this event.
Why?
I don't know. I think so anyway. But in LA, one thing I was going to ask was, it's obviously a very big place, but there's a massive pornography scene there, isn't there? I understood.
guess so.
Yeah.
Isn't it like where most of
That's when most of the
of the
the
videos
world,
in the world
videos are made.
filmed? Yeah.
So
I don't know
are you aware of that? Like when you're in LA?
Oh,
do you
like that I
think
might be dating a porn star?
you could be bumping into someone who's a porn star, or
I feel
could
like
be
that's very
an
obvious.
actor. I mean, now everyone's doing not everyone, but people are doing OnlyFans. But
Everyone doing
not
it?
everyone.
like
No, I don't think.
everyone.
Well, Z-list
No, it's
celebrities in the UK are doing it.
Market's oversaturated
Yeah,
for
I think
OnlyFans
so.
now.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I date those kinds of guys. I don't think I attract those kinds of men. So
Thank God. they're not an accountant, are they? And they won't probably own a yacht. So
Well, Ali's got some amazing stories. Even I haven't heard some of these stories.
I know
That's
these are great.
I like talking to people. I like chatting.
What's
to people.
what's the next destination for either of you? Whether it's even in like the UK or
Barcelona.
I'm going to
Get
Barcelona. Yeah, I'm going to Barcelona. Yeah.
and Barcelona.
Yeah, I'm going to Barcelona. Yeah.
Mine was a joke. Mine was a
No, I am actually going.
When are you
He's
going?
actually going.
June. I'm going.
Have you
in a
set
few
your
weeks.
location already?
No, but I will do it. Now you've
Try it.
reminded me. I'll do it today.
So then when you jump
Yeah.
off the plane, you'll have dates lined up.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see some friends as well, but and where I'll be going, I meet people wherever I go, so I don't really, I'm very sociable,
do.
so I don't really line things up. Wherever I go, it's just like, okay, I'll see what's happening. And look, you've seen me at work at this festival, at this at this thing, I get.
Where are you staying in Barcelona? With friends?
No, I've got a hotel.
Okay.
I don't want to stay with anyone. Yeah.
Okay.
I always like to get a place on my own terms, so I can do whatever I want to
For
do
sure.
and not get under anyone's feet, or or if I've got a massive hangover, I can get over it in privacy.
And come home anytime you
Basically.
want.
Come home anytime I want, yeah. What about so where are you going next?
I haven't actually got anything booked. I'm very much a book 2 weeks beforehand kind of gal, which I know.
No,
Bit
that's
scary,
what I
but yeah.
know.
But my dream, I really want to go and do like a couple of weeks in Bali. So I'd rather just like stay here through the summer and then.
But isn't that like
going-
coupley though? Isn't Bali like?
No.
place?
I went in
no.
August 2022 and it was a lot of
No?
fun. Do you stay in hostels?
I would, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would do a mix. Yeah. I don't mind. I can slum it. I don't care. I mean,
Yeah. No, I mean,
I go
it's-
to Glastonbury and slum it. It's fine.
yeah. Have you ever met anyone at Glastonbury?
Good question.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Have you ever fallen in love on the dance floor? I love that.
What, at a festival or in any
yes.
dance floor? Yeah, I literally met someone at Christmas. I met a straight boy in a gay bar. I know.
They get everywhere,
Yeah.
don't they? They even let them in as well.
I mean, yeah, and we've okay, here's a dilemma. We've been talking, so that was at Christmas. And we've been talking since then, like all the time, all week, and send voice notes. Like the last one he sent me was 8 minutes. I haven't replied to it. It was like,
8 minutes. It's very long.
Do you want? Have you gone on a date with him?
right, so we like hung out, but it felt like a date. He wouldn't let me pay for anything.
Oh, that's good.
And he kissed me at the end of the night.
It was a date.
Like, but it wasn't, it was a date, not a date, but a date, right?
I mean, that's a date.
So here's the
date.
twist. He's coming with me to a festival.
Wait, which one? Oh wait, no, you don't have to say all this personal information. Okay, he's coming with you to a festival. Why? Wait, why is that a twist? This is great.
Well, because, yeah.
You're
so like,
stuck
I
with
didn't
him.
be like,
Something's got to
like,
happen.
what, something's going to happen.
It's got to happen. Something has to happen. How can you go to a festival and
Are you
something has-
like? Is it a tent? Like you stay in a
Yeah.
tent at the
Yeah.
festival?
But also, he's a cock block, so that means
Well,
that
this
when
is
you
it.
go to the festival, you can't meet anyone
that
else.
means I can't meet anyone
And
else.
if you'll be stuck with. No, I'm sure it'd be a good thing, but it does mean you're stuck to it. And if you won't meet anyone else unless you're very, very sly.
It's,
you
it's
know.
similar to your friend who goes abroad. I
Yeah.
realized this while you were having this conversation.
Uh-huh.
Because I
want-
have half a
you want your
he's
options
got
open.
half my attention, right? I'm not completely open to dating because half my attention's there.
right. I think.
But I
that's-
don't know what
if you get on well
Yeah,
and
I
you have
do.
a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, he might
And
want
he's
a
not my usual
third.
type, which is
You
really
never
good.
know.
He might want a third.
Might want a third.
You can look for a third
You can
together.
find another guy or a girl. Really get
I'll
that
throw
tent.
it out
Really
there.
get that tent.
Rocket.
Get that tent up.
Four person tent. Yeah.
We have an 8-person tent with 4 of us.
Wow, well, there we go. Why limit it to one?
I mean, what happens at festivals? Stay at Vegas.
Oh, I love this. Okay. I love this.
Let's see what happens. I'll report back.
This has been the coolest episode with both
Brilliant.
of you.
I
No, I love
I
it.
really enjoyed this.
I scrapped the entire plan. I was like, we don't need a plan.
We got good shit for you, don't worry.
Oh, yeah, no.
Come to the London,
I
you get all
trusted
the
you.
grit here.
I love it. But when you were like, we're going to come be on your podcast, I was like, oh, you are?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I love it. Awesome. Well, thank you both again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you to Spiritland.
Yes.
This amazing beer, amazing studio. It's brilliant. It's great.
Yes,
I want to come back.
Let's do it. Catch us Ticket to Anywhere every other Wednesday. Thanks.
This is Trizzy at TrizzInc.
This is Leah at LA in Flight.
To find even more travel tips on budgeting, destinations, and our favorite items, sign up for our monthly newsletter, The Check-In, linked in the show notes or description.
This is the Ticket to Anywhere podcast. Thanks for listening.